Clint and Ron Howard are dishing on their famous childhood in a new book called The Boys, a memoir of Hollywood and family. And in this epic page turner, the duo talk about fame, failures, and just what it's like to grow up on TV. And we are so excited to catch up with Clint now. Hi, Clint.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, but I have 1,010,000 questions for you. But I do want to start with the title, The Boys. That part in particular. I know it's The Boys, a memoir of Hollywood and family, but I'm curious why The Boys.
Well, it was a term that Mom coined for the three of us, me and Ron and Dad, Rance Howard, and we landed on The Boys, and that was a keeper.
Full disclosure, I'm only about halfway through, and I'm in love with it. And I actually would encourage people to take their time with this book. It's special in a different way. But I want to give everybody the cliff notes, or let's just say you guys were to make a movie trailer about the book. What will they learn about you and your family?
Well, we were the Howards, a tight-knit family. The roots were from Oklahoma. Mom and Dad both, as Mom coined the term, sophisticated hicks. And Ron and I fell into this opportunity to get to be on television and in films and help be involved in creating entertainment. And Mom and Dad's gift for handling it and for navigating it. These waters are not tricky. And Ron and I, when we first started this, it was about doing a love letter to Mom and Dad. It was an experience that I'll forever treasure.
What do you think your parents would say about it?
I know Mom and Dad would both say that, you boys did real good.
And that's something that I loved reading about, just how your parents made you feel the most confident and secure. And I would just love for you to talk about that, even just a little bit.
Well, they did it through hard work. Dad was big at building confidence and not just instilling confidence, but then boosting it and keeping it in the forefront. I take credit for some of the stuff I do, but it all came back to these building blocks that Mom and Dad gave us. And also too, Ron was a wonderful example for me.
And before we officially started rolling, you said something that was so cool. You said he's an all-star director, but he's a
better big brother than he is a movie director.
So I'm going to say names, and I would love to hear, and they're from the book, and I would love to hear a story about maybe how you worked together or how they made things better. Or how you made things better. Eddie Murphy.
He was so humble. And it was completely opposite of what I thought. I thought Eddie Murphy was going to be somebody else, and he turned out to be a really humble guy.
That's so cool. Okay, here's another one. Tom Hanks.
Hanks is a great dude. First of all, he's got a lot of love in him, but also he's got a lot of insight. One thing he said about acting, he said, acting is he calls it equipoise, equal parts of relaxation and concentration.
And did he have something to do with you all starting this book?
Well, yeah, now I was not privy to these conversations.
Ron, right? Yeah.
That Ron shared with me that Tom said to him, because I think they both, people like Tom and Ron, they're being asked to write their memoirs all the time. Hey, when are you going to write your memoirs? Yeah. And I think Ron and Tom were talking about it one day, and Ron asked Tom, well, should I do that? And Tom goes, well, if you do, write it about your childhood.
And I love that you have given us this window into a beautiful world. I'm going to say, Clint, it was an absolute pleasure. And we should tell everybody that they could find Clint's new memoir, The Boys, a memoir of Hollywood and family, on bookshelves now. You and me in person, 2022. I have 1,010,000 more questions for you. You are a pleasure.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.